So welcome to another episode of this solo SF on Bleed Trickster. I hope I won't have my microphone like wobbling and disturbing the quality of the audio today too much. But yeah, let's see. Did I get right at the end and miss everything? Muffin on a hill. If you were in Scraboo's stream earlier, then I guess you have missed the stream, yes. And you're now stuck with me, which is hopefully a good thing. I don't know. Anyway, what do we have to do here? We have to reform some pants, probably. We want to get a different chest, right? From... was it Solar? I think it was Solar, right? We need to like find a reputation here. What else do we have to do here? We have to... this is fine for now, right? This is also fine. We upgraded rings, we upgraded the helmets. Shoulders are still like level 50, but I mean... they're still fine. Same for boots, they're still fine though for now. Alright, I guess we just do content, right? Yeah, we just do like Forgotten Gods and Malmouth. I think we should start actually with neither of those, but we should start with the Hidden Path, right? Let's do Hidden Path first. Yo, Envy, welcome on, welcome on. JavaScript developers unite. The internet's still out, they just told you the outage was extended to this Friday, maybe longer. Yikes, dude. Feels and amen. I'm sorry. But yeah, I can't wait to actually see you stream again, man. That'll be amazing. Amazing.
I've been expecting you, human.
Yo, Anonymous Chad strikes again. Thank you so much for gifting a sub to Scraboo. Thank you so much for the support. JavaScript is the first fucking language ever made. He doesn't know Pepe Love. Don't tell him, chat. Is my cam blurry? Is it? Is it already blurry? I thought I fixed it. No, it's just bad. My camera is just bad. It's not blurry, it's just bad. Or maybe my glasses are like not properly cleaned up. Like not properly cleaned. Stream again, Copion. I'll be lucky to watch one of your VODs again. Savage. How's the job though? How's your teacher job doing? Is it enjoyable? Is the payment good? Alright, so Hidden Path, right, you kill these 3 bosses, you hope for good pants while doing them. Right, we didn't get any fuck. Oh well. Let's go to Broken House. The shrine here, and you can also do it, I guess. I don't know, is this a scam? It's actually not a scam, a Rift sounds very cheap to craft. And I mean, if you are like a new player on a new account, on a new character, then it is always worth to like do these shrines for like a chance to get blueprints, right? Or even... I mean, yeah, it's mostly for blueprints, honestly, that you want to do this. Right, and a Rift Stone is like... I mean, this is super cheap, right? Yo, Hamilcar, Axonios, welcome guys. You got bored of Grim Dawn, how do you fix this? I mean, you could just chill now and then play the season, right? Whenever this next season is gonna come out. That's fine. It's fine to like take a break from Grim Dawn for now. Yeah, like Ground Zero said, like just take a break until season 4. Totally fine to like be burned out now as long as you're coming back for season 4. Because then you actually have some new content to do and, you know, it's gonna be fun. Start on the second pay will be good though. We'll actually be teaching on the 17th. Oh, okay. I mean, that sounds good, I guess. I mean, you'll see how it's actually like though. Yeah, you can also play Titan Quest until then. I was curious, after you level a new character, how long would you say you spend finishing the character? It depends. When I do these kind of like solo self-found, or like when I do these kind of like solo self-found beginner fresh start playthroughs, right? I usually only like take the character up to like killing Lokar, and then once you like kill Lokar, you could like already start a new character or like make a new character, depending on like what other legendaries you found on the way until like you've killed Lokar, right? And I think like level 1 to killing Lokar is usually like a 30-ish hour thing for me. And then when I, well, speed level characters, right? With like all the leveling gear I have on my main account, like whenever I level something on my main account. But I will speed level them to 94 in what, like 5 to 6 hours usually. And then I will need another like 5-ish hours, I would say, to like finish all the acts, to get all the augments, to get to 100. To like warm up with the characters so that I can do like endgame, like proper endgame content, right? So maybe like 10 to 15 hours in total until he's like, well, properly endgame ready, I would say. Now we need to go port to the other one, right? I've been porting to this portal too much for some reason, I don't know why. I've mostly been playing Last Epoch instead of Grim Dawn. I mean, yeah, Last Epoch had like a patch as well, not too long ago. So, I mean, if you want to check out like different ARPGs, right? I mean, I would say the 3 best right now are Grim Dawn, Path of Exile, and Last Epoch, right? You can make fun of Last Epoch for like some reasons, but I mean, overall the game's still like very solid. I mean, you can make fun of like every game, right? For like different kind of like reasons. And Last Epoch is also like still early access, right? So it's not a finished game, it's not a finished product yet. But for what it is right now, it's like even the state that it's currently in, I would not necessarily say it's better than Grim Dawn or like better than Path of Exile, certainly not, but it's just a very solid game and it's like definitely worth the price, and you can like definitely spend lots of hours in Last Epoch having fun. Whenever like you're not in the Grim Dawn mood, for example. Oops. Looking to check Grim Dawn after 1.5k hours in LA. And looking to settle on Nightblade. Is my Nightblade guide on YouTube survival? The general how to level Nightblade? Yeah, I would say so. The only difference is that you now would like to put more points to Pneumatic Burst earlier, because back then the offensive ability that this one gives you now was on Lethal Assault, right? So back then Lethal Assault was even more broken and even more OP. I mean, you still would like to max this out if you're like playing a dual wielding Nightblade, right? But you wanna kind of also max up Pneumatic Burst pretty soon now as well. I mean, this kind of build I'm playing right now, it's more like a caster, right? It's like a caster slash, well, pet build, bleeding Trickster, so it's not really like a typical dual wield Nightblade, not really something you would expect from a Nightblade. I mean, this is really strong as well. But yeah, if you're just like interested in the classic like dual wield assassin melee Nightblade style, then yeah, the generic like how to level a Nightblade guide is still, apart from like this ability being more important now, I would say it's very much up to date still, yeah. Whatever happened to Volson? Wait, do I have the command for Volson? I do have a command for Volson. I mean, that's what happened to the game the last time I checked it out. Not sure what state it is right now. It might be better now. Okay, the Mad Queen ultimate is actually no joke, right? If you're playing hardcore ultimate and you're doing this for the first time, like you're gonna, I mean, just counter or you're gonna die, right? Like whenever she like glows red like this, you never wanna like stand close to her, because you're just gonna get fucked, right? Alright. Her aura's down. Aura's up. We chill, right? We chill. Alright, Aura's down. Holy shit. Even with her, like, her Aura down, like, she deals damage, right? She does also deal good melee damage. Yeah, I mean, just bleed her to death, right? There's no reason to ever be greedy here. Just, like, chill and let your bleed damage do the thing. Yo, Ulvan, welcome. How you doing? Yeah, like, Volson was pretty, right? Like, it actually looked good, and some of the skills also felt good. The problem is, like, some of the other skills didn't feel that good, and also the game had, like, 3 skills that were, like, even playable, right? There weren't enough skills in the game. And, like, the campaign and, like, all the bugs, I feel like it was better before release, right? I actually bought Volson, like, pre-release, and I feel like the last patch they had like before release,
expecting you, human.
Which had only yo, XI computer rather. Thanks for the sub. Welcome to the Bloomers. Thanks so much for the support. Isn't it like the German computer magazine called XI, or is it IX? I always forgot. My dad used to like read it all the time. Just computer. Beep boop. I'm like view botting and sub botting confirmed. (11) computer. The what magazine? Is it IX? Yeah, that's IX. I mean, it's like a German computer magazine. Yo, Atlantic Bastion, welcome on. All the bots reporting on.
Just catching up on paying for all the content I've consumed over the years.
Wait, what the fuck? Is that the right number? $200? Wait, what? Are you kidding me? I don't even know what to thank you, man. That's freaking crazy. I mean, there will be more content for you to consume, for sure, because I mean, I'm currently working on the season 4, right? Community season 4 for this game. So there will be hopefully more content for you to. I mean, not only hopefully, there will be certainly more content for you to enjoy. Also playable content soon, in the soon future. Hopefully in summer. We don't really have a release date yet. And I mean, yeah, of course I will also like be covering that and like making new crazy builds with like new items that I've totally not made myself. Been watching you for a while, but I can never watch catch a stream because US time zones. You're at work when I'm on stream. I mean, I guess you have time like a day off today, then. Also, Severon with the resub. Yo, welcome back. Thank you so much for the support. Welcome back to the Bloomers. I mean, either way, like, that's insane. Like, that. I mean, you have certainly. I don't know how long you've been watching, but I mean, you have certainly more than caught up with. Like supporting the channel. That's crazy, dude. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Wait, let me catch up here with chat. Did anybody else say something? Everybody thinks you're 17. Now Ulven is like 13 in May, dude. Ulven is 13 in May, haha. Imagine not watching the stream while working in the background anyways. I mean, not everybody can do that, right? Like, some workplaces actually... like, at some workplaces you just can't do that. Like, for example, I don't know if you were like working in a lab or something like that, right? Like, good luck watching a stream while you're like working in a lab, right? It's kind of hard to do. 13 or 30? Well, 13, right? 13 in May. You don't know the meme? You know the meme, right? Of course you know the meme. Did I order the Gazer Man plushie yet? Of course. Oh yeah, for those of you who didn't know, right? Crate actually has Grim Dawn plushies now. So if you are interested, right? I am not sponsored, I'm actually not sponsored. Like, I'm seriously not sponsored though. I wish... Yeah, where is it even? Dude, why is it so hard to find? Dude, Crate is like... They're not really good at like selling out, are they? Alright. Where's my cam? Okay, so here, right? You can purchase those over here at makeship, right? If you are interested, right? You can get your own like Gazer Man plushie. Also, you can get a secret pick of a developer here. Secret OnlyFans pick. I wish. That's fine. I mean, you can. I mean, I don't want to throw any shade here, Andu. Welcome and by the way. I really don't, because like they have already kind of like, you know, supported my streamer existence by making this game in the first place, right? Like without this game being made by them, I wouldn't even exist as a streamer. So I will say in that way they have like already sponsored me enough, right? But you can always wish, you know, like you can always hope, you know. I also exist in the game. I mean, that is actually not wrong, I guess. So. No, wrecked by Protoss in real life. I mean, I would be a person in real life, but obviously I'm not called wrecked by Protoss in real life. And people don't call me wrecked on the street. So, yeah. I mean, maybe they would call me wrecked on the street if I like went to CrateCon, right? Or like to TwitchCon. I mean, nah, on TwitchCon nobody would care about me, right? Why would I go there? I'm called Andrew. Get the laugh. It's so funny, like, how people think is my name. I'm pretty sure like only 2 viewers know like my real name. Actually, it might be more now. I mean, more like 3 or 4 actually. CrateCon dreaming again? Yeah, I mean, a man can dream, right? Alright, we got the attribute point and the sale point from the hidden path, so we're basically done with this part. Here, where do you put the points? Alright, Phantasmal Armor seems good. Let's go and do the Malmouth stuff here. You thought Ragnar was my real name? Yes. Oh yeah, this reminds me, like, please put components on, right? Please, in this game, if you're playing this game, use components as soon as you can and put them on every single slot, right? You don't want to run around with poopy pants. We meet as my house. Imagine having a house, dude. I mean, Oktoberfest is like gonna be a thing again this year, right? So, I mean, if you wanna come over for Oktoberfest, my place is like literally 10 minutes away from Oktoberfest by foot. Rectoberfest. Oktoberfest. Yikes. Pog, are you invited? I mean, I have limited space, but if you would actually want to come, I mean, then sure I could arrange things, maybe, I guess. You're crazy. Wait, is he actually crazy? Oh well, maybe he wasn't crazy, right? Maybe he wasn't actually crazy. Rest in peace. Oh my god, dude. You might. Dude, I haven't even drunken anything in like so long. Would you hate me if I said I don't like beer? I don't mind, honestly. Just whatever. I mean, if you don't like beer, Oktoberfest might be a little boring for you though, because I mean, you can of course like bring others, like also drink other stuff there than beer, but it's like 99% beer that you drink. Do you like apple cider? Dude, I like pear cider way more than apple cider. Won't have enough cash to go to Oktoberfest and Wacken. Wacken? That sounds... Dude, why do all the frickin' German words like sound so weird in English, man? Yeah, Wacken. Let's just call it Wacken, right? As it's actually called, right? Wacken. Not Wacken. Yeah, that and Oktoberfest is like maybe a little bit too expensive together in 1 year. Mod check Elden Ring. Yo, Illuminator, welcome in. Nah. Elden Ring, maybe next next week. Copium. You don't drink? I mean, I don't drink either. And I feel like the older you get, the less you actually... like, the less you need to be drunk. I'm so close to finishing the game in Elden Ring? Yeah, like, I've been so close. Basically, like, done with the game, like, the last 3 streams, right? If the woman in front of you has a great chest armor. Wait, like a water chest guard? Wait, what is your favorite chest armor? Tell us. Or do I have to like learn Java to decode it? Yo, Atakan, welcome on, welcome on. How are you, man? How do you like the Sandspitter nerf, by the way? Shame Carnage didn't get wrecked by Protoss in the stream. He got wrecked by Aldrich though, right? More than once. So, I don't mind. Fuck your life. Yeah. Can Benevald sell a Fleshwort Incinerator? That's a good question actually, I've never tried buying it from him. Do you know, chat? If Benevald secret shop in Bloodgrove can also sell the like the fire two-handed gun or only the 81? Yeah, I don't know, like, the gun could have just, like, stayed 40-40 as it was in the first place and would have been, like, totally fine, like, I don't get it. But I mean, it's like... honestly, kind of whatever to me. I mean, other parts of the patch that Zenta is doing are great, right? Other parts of it are great. So like, there's one minor weapon destroyed for no reason. I mean, it's weird, yes, but ultimately it's not gonna matter like that much. But it's a little weird, right? Feels a little weird. What do I do now? Do I max out this? Anatomy of Murder? Maybe, right? Probably. And I could also take Totem again. Or max out Phantasmal Blades, or max out like... Nah, this sucks anyway, right? the three stripes need a buff right now. Yo, Furious Spark, welcome on. Freshly new popular game, Grim Dawn Pog. Yeah, I mean... I'm actually really happy that Ko likes the game. Because... yeah, I mean, the game is great and very underappreciated overall, I feel like. If you don't like beer but you will drink it anyway, I mean, Bavarian beer is like better than most other beers, so hopefully you will like it nevertheless. What is my favorite JavaScript? You tell me. This isn't Ko's channel. Yo, Timo's Bomb Boss, welcome on. How you doing? Yeah, maybe it's not underappreciated. Maybe just like some people don't even know the game. Also, I feel like some people, like the more I've watched Ko stream, I mean, I'm only like lurking a bit whenever I'm like working on the mod and like, well, commenting every now and then. But I mean, he's not gonna like read my comments most of the time anyway, so he's just like doing whatever like the majority like spams him with, right? Which is sometimes fine and sometimes, well, I feel like so many people like know or like pretend to know the game when they have like maybe beaten normal difficulty Logorian or something, right? And then they're like, oh my god, I know everything about this game, right? I don't know, man. Kind of funny sometimes. Kölsch. I'd probably have to disagree with you there, but... but I guess it's drinkable. Food options for you? In general, in Munich, yes. Traditional Bavarian food for you? No. Like if you wanna like eat vegan and eat Bavarian at the same time, there's like one dish maybe you can eat. But I mean that's, I guess, not that different with like traditional Danish food either, right? You can, yeah, you can eat like potatoes and hey, what are those even called in English? Oh, just dumplings? I always like thought dumplings or something else for some reason. Yeah, I mean you can also eat dumplings, like, I guess. Like, yeah, you can eat potatoes, you can eat potato dumplings, you can eat smashed and mashed potatoes, you can eat like potatoes with and without peel. I mean, fries aren't really like a... I mean, of course you can also eat fries here, sure. We do have fries here as well, of course. They're not really like a traditional like German or Bavarian thing, but yes, you can of course have fries as well. Hash brown and roasties, I guess, yeah. Yo, Enfield, how are you, man? Wait, did the code already end? I didn't know he was ending. Menu potatoes, potato on the side, potato upside down. Kinda. I mean, you can also eat sauerkraut, right? Like, that's pretty vegan. Potatoes and sauerkraut. Potato flour. There is actually such a thing, I think. Didn't know Ulm was vegan? Yeah, he is vegan. He's not a German though. I mean, I don't really eat much meat either. I do eat cheese though, like cheese is just too good. Cheese is too pog not to eat it. Quark, yeah, like yogurt. It's pretty good as well, indeed. Santa ever on stream? He is actually. Not often. Sometimes lurking. And he was chatting once in my chat. He was actually chatting once. Like, he wasn't lying when he said that he was in my stream at some point. I'm pretty sure he's like lurking more here than we might think he is. I mean, I don't actually know. I don't actually know. Cheese tier list. That would be actually pretty nice, yeah. Making a cheese tier list. Tom Brady what diet? Is Tom Brady vegan too? I have no idea. You're eater? Not meat. Low moral? What? You're an eater? So you just eat? I don't get it. Camembert S tier? Camembert would be like B or C tier for me, personally.
Good work out there. I'm sure you
I mean, not F or D tier, right? But like B or C, I would say. For me. Okay, we go up here and also talk to Yvonne, right? Tuborg. The Danish beer at least is a little bit better than Swedish beer, but it's still not really good. Tuborg bad in Germany? I mean, the Tuborg I've never had a Tuborg in Germany ever. I had one in, like, when I was in Denmark. It was okay, I guess, but I don't know. Kinda not good. Tuborg and Carlsberg are the worst. Yeah, I mean, Like, it was good enough that I could, like, finish drinking it, but I wouldn't order a second one, you know? Cheese is just S tier food. Yeah, cheese is just, I don't know, I mean, it's not really healthy, honestly, but it's just so tasty, it's insane. Goat cheese and mushroom omelette. That sounds good as well. For sure, for sure. And feels like trying to stir up people again. Gratinated? Yeah, it's not really healthy either, but... Yeah, okay, we already have this, never mind. Oh. Never mind. Talking about the Black Iron Docks. Yep, doc. Alright, give her back your memory. Then we're gonna get like a legendary or legendary blueprint guaranteed next time we go here, right? That sounds good. Cheese used to be healthy. For the longest time it was a great source of protein when it was not as available. Yeah, like a good source of protein like in the winter, I guess. Oh, but Valbury vendor sells the fire version? Yep, gotta go to Port Library. Feels bad, man. Gratinated? I mean, I guess he means paniert. Like German paniert. Breaded. Oh, put cheese over food? Never mind, that's not the same. Not breaded, but cheesed. Like, just put cheese over everything. Like, before you put anything into the oven, right? Whatever you make, before you put anything into the oven, like, just put like a big layer of cheese above it. Like, over it. Doesn't matter what it is, right? Just, even if you're like making a cake, right? You can just like put cheese over it, it's fine. Overbaked. I mean, yeah, it's called überbacken in German. Overbaked. Not as in like bacon too long, but like there's literally something above it that's like baked onto it. Yeah. Cheesecake, cheese tiramisu, yep. It all works. I mean, there's a cheese called like gratin cheese, right? Like you can also, I guess like that's like the classic one that you like use to cover everything with, right? When you do, when you gratinate stuff, right? That's what it's called, like gratin cheese. Even if you're baking cheese, just put more cheese on it and it will turn out to be better.
Was the mission a success? Back before the city.
I mean, it works. It actually works, right? That's the funny thing. You swear you will have to begin... What? You will begin to hit the gym tomorrow again? Cope you? What the fuck? Dude, I haven't hit the gym in like... fuck me. Longer than 1.5 months for sure. I mean, I did do some stuff at home and like outside, but I mean I'm not really like doing that much. As you can obviously tell, I'm not really jacked. My characters are jacked though, right? Does it count? Does it count? It's big, so long as no charcoal. List of jacked characters. Yeah, those are jacked. Those got jacked. I mean, characters all that counts, right? That's what they always say. Just have a good character. Yep. Just need to have character and be a JavaScript producer. I mean, what? Yeah. The only jacked character is Stunjacks. It's so jacked, it's actually stunning. Haha. Yo, Slayer Peach, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Come on. Why am I being frozen? Is 0 DPS against these guys? I feel like I need a little bit more damage. I mean, we're bleeding them, so we can just kite. It's fine, right? It's fine. It is fine, we can like read lore while they die to the bait spirits basically. It's fine. Diablo Immortal? Oh, it's for free. Dude, honestly, I don't even know if I would play it for free, right? Like, I mean, I guess we'd play it for free for the memes. And then we make like a wholesome review on it, and then I mean it's actually good though. Is it like
Good, you're back.
Wouldn't it be like good to play with the controller actually?
Hello Mr. Streamer, as every month you get my Jeff Bezos Spezial Cake W.
Yo Lucas, thank you for the Jeff Bezos Spezial. Thank you so much, man. Welcome, welcome. The Jeff Bezos Spezial. Very nice, very nice. Thank you, Jeff Bezos, and thank you, Lucas. How are you doing, by the way? Are you playing some? Are you actually playing some test patch? Dude, what the fuck? I kinda move over there. There we go. Oh. What about this boss? I mean, boss in quotation marks. I'm playing dual wield melee physical warlord right now. Melee dual wield physical warlord. Wait, like, I mean, you're not playing Warborn Spin to Win, right? That would be too obvious and boring, right? So some RF build maybe? Or even cadence? Might be fine with the controller, yeah. Because no point and click exists. Didn't somebody say that like it will be also playable with mouse and keyboard? But I mean the natural like transition from like the phone, however you control it on the phone input would be controller, right? Like the joystick of the controller is like similar to like you controlling the character with your thumb on the mobile phone, I guess. RF with weapon pull skills, dual sand. Oh, the sand claw axe. Okay, okay. Yeah, sounds good. The blade arc axe without blade arc. Does Alexander reminds you of Alexander season 3 rep? Yep. Dude, it reminds me of Chaos Trozen, right? It could have been such a neat build actually. Or maybe we should play that build again next season. But then again, there are gonna be more new, fresh and cool playable builds next season, right? You can really basically be sure of that. So there will be even more builds that you can play. Who dies to Alex? Yeah, imagine dying to Alexander, dude. Alright. You would pay to identify items in Diablo Immortal? Probably, yeah. Sounds good. Builds like Aether Flashbang? Hopefully more viable than Aether Flashbang, right? But maybe not even less meme than Aether Flashbang. Did anybody like actually make a build with Aether Flashbang there? I mean, obviously you don't make a build around it, but you like use it on top in your build, right? Did anybody like actually use that item? I mean, I did use it for like the Rip Spirit stuff, but for the Aether Flashbang stuff. Kronz is playing dual wield Sandsplitter RF right now in the beta patch. Yeah, but like Sandsplitter just got nerfed like basically 2 seconds ago, right? Like it got nerfed by a lot. Yo, Deepest Sighing, welcome on. How you doing? Still working well, even after what? I mean, I guess it works, but I can't see it like being better than like Death Dealer's sidearm ever now. Like Death Dealer's just has to be better now, right? Anyway, we're here in the Infestation, right? And in the Infestation you wanna go back to Comet's Refuge if you're an Ultimate, because this area here can actually be opened now in Ultimate, because it's an Ultimate only quest. Let's call this Ray Theater, why not? So who is the NPC giving you the quest? This guy doesn't die, what the fuck? Come on, big damage. You can do it. There we go. Is the lady over here, right? Well, not she, but Rugia over here, right? Oops. Yeah, you just get her quest and then the way will open, right? Big size. You hate sand. I hate Kalagadra's sounds, that's for sure. Alright, and now the way has been opened. And now we can finally face the ethereal that possessed us at the very start of the game, right? This is kind of a very cool story arc, I believe. You can talk to her like at the door if you're into that. And yeah, she's basically the ethereal that possessed you at the start of the game, right? Or at least like it's the same entity again, like in a different form or something like that at least. It's pretty cool. And yeah, you do actually also get a skill point from like defeating her. It's pretty nice as well. Not good, can you rant? I mean, feel free to. Yeah, I mean, Sandsplitter had 40% weapon damage to Zolan's technique and Smite, right? Then it got buffed to 60-60 each. And now it got nerfed to 35 for Zolan's technique and literally 0 for Smite, right? Which is... a little harsh, maybe, I don't know. I haven't played it myself though, so ultimately I can't really judge it properly. But just looking at the numbers, that feels a little harsh. Almost felt like a typo at first, when I thought it's like 35% each. But Smite actually has 0 now, like what? How? Why? Anyway, so we've maxed out our Anatomy of Murder. We can put more points to Shadow Dance, I guess, and we can also put more points to... But I guess ultimately you do want to get the totem again, maybe, right? Not sure then. It does deal insane internal trauma damage there. Oh yeah, that might be true, not sure. PC building meme with sand? I don't know it either, actually. Reflex should be buffed, but it should only work on non-dot damage. Yikes. Like, you just want people to get one shot? I don't know about that. That sounds horrible. This guy and his quest, I mean, he doesn't have a quest, right? It really doesn't matter if you kill him or not right now. There's no story arc that you can miss when you kill him. It is negligible in any non-physical, insanely broken physical. Yeah, I mean, you would have to, well, just buff it for non-physical then, right? It doesn't really have to do anything with like dot or non-dot, it just has to do with the physical damage. You hate sand, it's coarse and rough and gets into Intel CPUs. Do people build their PCs in the sand at the beach? Yo, Michael, welcome. You have another Panetti build? Wait, didn't you already like defeat Ravager and Karl on a Panetti build? Didn't somebody already say that? Star Wars reference? Maybe we're not boomer enough for that. Anyway, we are here at the Master of Flash, Theoden Marcel, and yeah, I mean, just kill him, right? Just kill him. You need your bleed damage to ramp up first, right? Like, your kill time is not gonna be the best right now. Especially with like suboptimal gear. But it's still gonna be like good enough, right? And phase 2 is kind of a joke. I don't know why phase 2 didn't exist. Like, it just... Phase 3 can be a little rippy there. I mean, just dodge the slam, right? Dodge the slam, and that does one, right? And then maybe like don't stand in the Aether ground that is there afterwards. Then I would say like dodge the projectiles when he does them. Dodge the other projectiles when he does the other projectiles. He didn't do either of them, I don't know why. Also, don't forget to like freely use your Blade Barrier as well. Like, Blade Barrier is really, really good on this build. You will continue to deal damage with bleed anyway because it's a dot. And also your spirits and your shadows are attacking continuously anyway. Not now, because you're trying to fight face-to-face with Ravagers 2 hits and you can kill it. I mean, yeah, I don't think you can make a Panetti build like ever really like face tank Ravager. You always will have to kite, I think. Oh, it was supposed to do to be a silicone joke. Yeah, okay, I see now.
See anything you like?
Yeah, okay. I do know what silicone is, obviously.
We speak at last.
Loka and Clone are easy. I mean, Loka and Clone are like down here in power level, and Ravager is like, I don't know, like Loka is like here, right? Clones is like here. Mokjogen is like here. Ravager is like here. Kala is like here, and Quaid is also like here, right? Like they're... I feel like Loka is closer to dungeon bosses than he is to the other super bosses. Like Loka and Bourbon clones, I mean, they are celestial super bosses on paper, but they feel more like dungeon bosses in difficulty. Like something like Morganath. They don't really feel like actual hard super bosses, right? Also, why am I importing hero? I'm not going to Steel Cap District, what the fuck? Yo, Tyler, welcome on. What is this copy pasta? Holy fuck. Did you ever hear the trilogy of... Okay, it started with Darth Plagueis the Wise. Now it's Madara Uchiha. And then it's Arcane Undo. Don't think. Don't think Arcane Undo. I thought not, it's a story chat. What will tell you? It's not a story chat will tell you. It's a forum legend. Arcane Undo was a dark lord of spellbinders, so powerful and so wise he could use the force to influence the builds to create knife. It feels like an almost fleshed out past but not quite yet. He had such a knowledge of the dark side that he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. The dark side of the force is a pathway to many abilities, some consider to be unnatural. Yeah, the second half of this needs to like still be adjusted. Then it would be an actual good copy pasta.
With the master.
Let me talk to this guy, please, thank you. Alright, we have done this, right? These will give you like more legendaries. We've also gotten Grasp of Unchained Might again, right? Maybe I should like finally start using this. And stop pretending I didn't get the item. These are still not revered though. Why? Oh, this quest? Still not? Come on. Alright, check out Yvonne's gift, right? Check out the chest up here. This will have a 100% chance on ultimate to give you at least one legendary or legendary blueprint. We got a useless item though. Feels bad, man. Also, if you want some iron butts, right? Like just pick up all of these here and like sell them for quick iron butts because the shop is literally next to it anyway, right? Next to the red gate here. Just sell all this crap here. There we go. There we go. Okay, Eurazon, which we don't know where to go, but playing around. What? Paying around? pay to win. You got another set, so I decided to try Witch Hunter. People keep telling me it's so squishy, but hey, what the hell, I wanted to try. So you got the level 94 Gek, what? My Witch Hunter with what? All the pretty items I decided to do as art. It was so easy. Witch Hunter kills so fast, it's silly, and as long as you're hitting something, you are full HP because it lasts you. If you aren't hitting anything, you basically have 3 heal pots, Blood of Reek, Plasma Blades, and HP pots, so however is they are. Yeah, I mean, Witch Hunter is pretty strong. I feel like Witch Hunter, if you don't know what you're doing, it's a very squishy class, but if you do know what you're doing and you can, like, play around the physical resistance the class provides you, as well as the absorption, I don't think it's even that squishy, it's perfectly alright. Dear Weeps in the chat, you're a Sugoi. Sugoi desu ne. Whatever is going on your kokoro. Please know that your kawaii story is not a filler, you are loved. Holy fuck, dude. I'm not a weep, by the way. My kokoro is always gonna be sabishi. Okay, what the fuck? What was I even gonna do here? Did I need did I need these guys to revered? Was there something I needed here? Bleed? I don't need those, right? I don't need Steel Bloom Powder, do I? I mean, maybe it's better than this garbage, right? What do I need these for? Do I need these for anything? You could use the Force to kill super bosses with 2 KDA. He had such a knowledge of GRIMTOOLS that he could even keep the ones he cared about from getting nerfed. The dark side GRIMTOOLS is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be OP. Grim Dawn 2 when? If I had to guess, I would say like in 2028. That'd be like my rough guess. Yeah, yeah. The meme is still trying to reach its final form. I would agree. It is getting there. It is getting there. You're 33, you don't know if you'll make it to 2028. Right. That sounds kinda sad. I hope you don't have cancer or something like that. But yeah, I mean, they are working on a city builder right now. They are working, which is like in close access right now. I can confirm that. It will be out in early access soon as well, and it's in my opinion going to be a pretty great like city builder if you are into, say, like Banished or yeah, like Banished / Anno / The Settlers kind of city builders, I would say, then it's gonna be a great game for you. Then they're also working on a like horror game apparently, at least GRIMTOOLS is working on that one, right? And then, I mean, GRIMTOOLS is a horror in the game already, so like a horror game made by him is gonna be pretty horrendous, I guess. I mean, horrendously good. And then the third one is apparently an RTS, which is... I'm actually... like the most like intrigued about the RTS, right? But anyway, like they're working on 3 different games and they're like a team of not that many developers. So yeah, Grim Dawn 2 maybe like in 2028, right? So I could do like 1 bounty here, right? If I needed actually anything from this faction. Okay, I mean you would always need something here for your new player, right? Because you do want to get these experience potions, right, for a second character. So you should do like, I don't know, like some random ass quests here, like bounty. Heard about Dune Spice Wars? I have actually heard about it, yeah. I don't know if it's like I've not actually checked out any gameplay or anything about it. today you found Mythical Spray Gaze. You actually found it finally. Congrats, congrats. Very nice. Can't say you're excited about any of those games. And Grim Dawn is not gonna go anywhere, right? Grim Dawn is gonna, well, not gonna have official support apart from like smaller balance changes, maybe, I guess. I kind of wish they would actually stop with those at some point though, because it's gonna be easier for modding then. Yeah, I mean, the game is still fully moddable, and people have already made insane mods like the Diablo 2 Reign of Terror mod, right? Grim Aurelion, Dawn of Masteries, Najamar, right? All those mods are insane. And then of course there's the community season mod that like tries to emulate a true Grim Dawn experience and combine that with a like seasonal style gameplay, like the seasons that you know from games like Palm of Exile or Diablo 3, right? Or Diablo 2 as well now, right? With like new endgame bosses, new content, new items and so on on top. So there will always be like more stuff for you to do in Grim Dawn, even if you don't like the other great games that they're working on right now. So I guess you can like be occupied until 2028 that like Grim Dawn 2 comes out, or whenever it's gonna come out. I have no idea actually. We did kill the Regurgitators, right? Let's go back to the Steel Camp District. Seasons in Diablo 3, I mean... Yeah, I mean Season 1 and 2 that we did were kind of like Diablo seasons, right? But already like Season 3 I feel like had more content than like any Diablo 3 season ever had, right?
Come see what's left of my wares.
Is there more stuff on GRIMTOOLS though? Yeah, we will get them to fix GRIMTOOLS soon. So yeah, starting now, or like whenever you are revered with Malmouth Resistance, you can of course like rush this in Elite or Normal as well if you would like to get there earlier. You can then buy these experience potions, which you can also put in your shared stash, which did really double your experience. So that's really nice, especially for like secondary characters to level them up quicker, right? It's one of the ways how you can make leveling alternative characters a lot easier than the first one. So what was I actually looking for here? I think like legit nothing, right? And I could do, what's it called? Arcanum Dust, right? This is like decent component that you could always use as well. Like decent augment. I guess we're just gonna do like Act 7, continue Act 7. Yeah, Michio, you were like top 5 or something in Diablo 3 at the start of seasons. I mean, yeah. You can only play the game so much though, right? Like the Diablo 3 is just a... It's first of all already kind of an old game. But then again, like, old games don't necessarily have to be bad. But old games become, well, a little boring when there's like new content, and I feel like Diablo 3 just... It has like content for what, like 3 days maybe, 2 days, and then it's kinda boring. Do you believe your Warlord right now is the best single target build in the game? Even better than Razin Witch Hunter, well, that sounds insane. There seems to be quite a few mistakes on item bonuses and GRIMTOOLS. Yeah, the problem is that the GRIMTOOLs for the season... actually, okay, the GRIMTOOLs for the standard game, right, it's on 0, I mean, it's on 1.1.9.5 still, which is the official... It's still like the current official patch, but... I mean, the playtest 1.1.9.6 patch has been out for a long time already now as well, and I really wish they would just like release the patch, you know, so that like Dammit can also like update his GRIMTOOLS to that patch. And then with the season mode, yeah, it's also like missing, I think, 2 patches that we did in the season as well. I didn't write them it yet because I didn't want to bother him that much with that. I mean, I did write him once, and he said like he's gonna update it once he's like back from wherever he was. But I'm pretty sure he like got back from wherever he was like already like a month ago at least, and he still didn't upgrade it. I mean, update it. So I could write him again, but also I just kind of want to write him again whenever like we're close to the season, like close to the actual season. Yo, pro like a god, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Diablo 3 just has no balance, right? I feel like they just gave up on balance, right? They're just like, yeah, let's just put like more numbers, bigger numbers everywhere, and that's like... And then we're like hoping so that keeps players excited. I don't know, it's so... like... weird. You should post it on the forums so that like Xantai finally like realizes that physical damage has to be nerfed by just 1% resistances gained to enemies, right? I mean, 1% resistance increase is not like a bad way to do it, but the value is a little too low maybe. Yeah, you should like do proper testing before you like reveal anything, honestly, as well. Like, you're not done with the build yet. He said it's like dual sand claw slicers, RF, weapon tools, skills, physical warlord, right? Yeah, it's physical, so it's pretty strong. Because physical somehow is still not really nerfed. Wait, don't those hand claw slicers like... They don't even support anything you're doing, do they? They support Blade Arc, right? Or do they actually support another skill as well? I mean, I guess they do also support another skill. But which one? Sand Claw Slicer. Physical damage and attack speed to presence of virtue. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean that's probably like not necessary. Alright, catch you later, Michio. You will share a link once you kill Ravager. Alright. Yeah, that's also true though, Farnsworth. There's a gap between like conversion physical builds now and something like a warlord. For sure. I mean, maybe just like nerf warlord then, right? Like that is also another option. Wait, who's this? Random lore guy. If it isn't one of Carmen's zealots, I'm not here to fight you. There are greater threats about. Wait, you can just kill him? No, you can't. Okay, this is just cosmetic lore. Ah, it's pretty cool though. I wish it was a little bit more than just cosmetic though. Or buff other classes. Is the game too hard for you? I don't know. I feel like Grim Dawn is already easier than ever right now. I don't think they need to like buff anything. Like they're already like buffing devotions. I mean, like giving all builds like more HP through the devotions. Which would be fine if they at the same time like nerfed Warlord. Right, like buff everything but nerf the Warlord a bit. Sounds good to me. You had 680k with a weapon pool skill outside of his Aura Crucible. Yeah, Smite Prody? But is that like... Maybe also Zolan's technique actually. I mean, ZT hits like a truck as well. Smite Prody only hits 4 more against whatever it has a racial bonus again. Was it like Chthonians or something? You're against nerfs. I'm very much in favor of nerfs when something is just broken still. I don't know. Like, otherwise you just trivialize the game, which is not good in my opinion. Like, yes, if they were like adding more content, but they're not. I mean, I'm against like heavy nerfs because like heavy nerfs are also kind of like unnecessary at this point. Soda Vances? What the fuck is that? It sounds like an STD dude. CC Russ on Green Path is very much welcome. Yeah, I mean, I think it's always reasonable to. And if something is just terrible or weak, like, not everything has to have like the same amount of CC Russ or like feel the same. I feel like Green Path is still like way better than, say, Purple Path, is it not? But if you're, for example, playing an Acid build, right? Acid builds have like 0 CC Russ, right? Because they're like usually going just green, heavy, and then like some red. So they have like no CC Russ at all. It's ice cream, but instead of cream it's like soda. Sounds good. Wait, the Dune Fiend Shadow Strike build? Yeah. I mean, Shadow Strike probably doesn't hit as often as like the weapon pool skills do on Lucas's build, but I mean, and feel right, if like no nerf ever has happened, or like would have happened, the game would literally play like Dawn of Masteries by now, right? And I don't think that's a good thing. Like, Dawn of Masteries is, at least balance-wise, kind of bad. Yeah, with 3 in Grim Dawn, it's like the one in PoE. I mean, you have devotions though, right? I mean, they're obviously something different, but still. You do have a 3.
You now. I do not know who you are.
Who? He doesn't know people enough. He doesn't know he's gonna die.
And so he was. When Dravis.
When Dravis confronted me, I did nothing because I didn't know who he was. Wait, what? So we put 14 points here, trying to not play the Wendigo Totem as much as possible. Also, I could have like used an experience potion, right? Like, what am I doing? Like, get the last 2 levels quicker, whatever. Grimdawn's 3 is very straightforward and small. Yeah, I mean, it could be bigger, of course. But also, I mean, PoE, you have like everything in a skill tree, right? Whereas here you have like 1, 2, 3 trees, right? Your trees are like split up basically in Grim Dawn. Right, it's a little different. I mean, they are still, even combined, probably a little bit smaller. I don't think like that much smaller. They are more straightforward though. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing though. They are also like way more intuitive because of that. Like way more like beginner friendly. Devotions maybe aren't quite as intuitive, but like the masteries are super intuitive like for a beginner. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Like, devotion system is overall very well balanced as it is right now. Like, it's not that easy to just like add or change 1 or 2 things. You can like change 1 node on like 1 devotion. It's like, if something is like obviously underperforming, you can like change 1 or 2 nodes like that. You can do easily. But changing like affinity or like completion that it gives you, or adding more on top, like that's kind of hard without breaking balance, honestly. It's just and just because people in Co-Carnage's chat tell him to go bad and good no matter what build he's playing, doesn't necessarily mean they are like the best and you always have to pick them. They are good devotions, yes, but you don't always pick them. I feel like for a beginner, for example, like Ghoul is... I mean, I guess for a beginner on softcore, Ghoul is fine. For a beginner on hardcore, I wouldn't even say Ghoul is a good devotion. Because it's very risky. I would say something like Turtle or Giant's Blood is actually better than Ghoul. And also, of course, always depends on what you play, yeah. Playing like a duo with melee non-play is not necessarily like what you want to play as a first character in hardcore anyway, I guess. But yeah, for a duo with not play melee, of course, Ghoul is a good devotion, right? Definitely not bad. I think bad is kinda like bad on Code 9 play, like that's really bad. The Ghoul is fine, but not as a first devotion. Ghoul is fine as like a 3rd or 4th devotion, I think, on a duo with like a Code 9 played. And bad is just... It's bad chest, right? That's what it is. I mean, the thing is, like... Bad is okay early game, right? Because damage times don't really matter that much early game. And then, I mean, it becomes really bad, because its damage gonna fall off if you don't scale Pierce or Vitality damage. And then it becomes decent / good again once you have like the conversion, right? Which you do get actually on the belt, right? You get Wit to Cold on the Nightblade belt. Not too bad. I mean, generally Bat is one of the better, like one of the best devotions on the game, for sure. Yeah, the thing is, I mean, yeah, in general, also, why would you play Bat when you're playing melee, right? Like, you don't need it. It's not needed. You have Fanatic Burst as your heal on demand, and otherwise you just lifesteal, right? So Ghoul is great, Bat is not. Bat is great if you're a caster, and great, and Bat can also be good on top, right? If you convert its damage type, and it fits your devotions for the affinity, because it's only a tier 1 devotion in the end anyway, right? So on some meta builds I would actually still like play it, but not because it's a well-fitting devotion, but rather because it just happens to like fit your affinity, right? And then it's like, well, you either want to play Bat or something like Rat, and then you're like, okay, I could like invest one more point and play Bat and at least get some healing on top, even though I might not need it. Instead of Rat, right? I mean, you would still play Rat actually over Bat on melee, if you could then, like, with the 5th node, get like another great point, right? But if you can't, then you always like pick Bat over Rat. Oh yeah, also Guardian. Yeah, Guardians are great. Like the Eyes of the Guardian, they are great for Chaos and Alpha damage builds. The problem with Guardians is that it gives you 3 green and 3 purple, and on most acid / chaos builds, the purple are just useless. I mean, there's some where you can use them, and there's also some where you can still use a skill, basically like sacrificing the 3 purple for nothing. That's fine on some of them as well. But then it's kind of an expensive like devotion, where it's like 5 points for only 3 green, which is like, I mean, the skill is better than Bat maybe, but Bat would still give you like 3 green and 2 red, right? Which is for a acid / chaos build actually 5 useful affinities compared to only 3 from the Guardian's Gaze, right? So Guardian's Gaze is good, and I think it's also getting buffed a little bit because it was like nerfed at some point for like kind of no reason. And it does fit like many meta builds better, so like way better than Bat does. Especially Acid and Chaos, of course. But as I said, it's still sometimes an affinity problem. And Bat is just insane for affinity. Toad. Yep, Toad. Toad is okay, yeah. Anyway, we have arrived at Father Kaiman, arguably one of the rippiest main campaign bosses in the entire game, right? So let's not die, right? We have to use our Blade Barrier, maybe properly against his like belly burst attack, right?
Into your heart. The corruption within makes you unworthy of his gifts. I cannot allow you to impede my crusade.
Monka. Korvac has not accepted us. Our heart is too kawaii for him. I mean, what? Alright, pay attention to his animations, right? That is a attack. That is a attack. That is the belly burst. Okay. I guess we don't play a barrier, we just do this stuff. We just run around, right? Holy fuck. I mean, you could like use a skill maybe at some point. I just didn't use it at all. I mean, yeah, don't get hit by the belly burst, right? And if you do make distance to him, then he's always gonna jump on you, so you have to also dodge the jump. And other than that, I mean, just make him bleed to death. Don't die, don't get hit, right? Shouldn't I use pet attack? I do have pet attack. Maybe I should have like used it more. I thought the AI would be smart enough, but maybe not. People play bad with 50% conversion. Yeah. I mean, I feel like playing bad with like 50% conversion, like some split conversion only. As I said, like it's only worth it if you will need the affinity. Otherwise it's not worth it. Like in the end, right, bad, what is bad, right? Bad is a tier 1 devotion. And unless you're like a caster that has no other way of healing himself, which is when you kind of do need either bad or Dryad or Giant Spot or like a combination of those three, then you don't have to play bad, right? You don't have to. You can still play it if it fits, but you don't have to. %, block recovery belts. Warlord and Witchblades probably, or something like that. I'm probably mostly Warlords. I mean, Warlords, if you build them right, should never be what noodle damage though. At least on this current patch.
Come, little human.
Fun clearing Malmouth, but just bad. Does it ever like deal that much damage? I don't know, I mean... I feel like... Sure, if you're like used to 0 DPS builds, then it might deal like giga damage, but... I don't know. If you have a proper damage, like a proper build that deals proper damage, I don't think like that deals that crazy damage, does it? I mean, I have actually no button on build now. Wait, why not? Oh yeah, right, because I don't scale vitality or pierce damage, and we don't heal without done properly, right? Yeah, we're playing Dryad for healing. 25k to 55k per projectile times 2. I mean, that's not really like big damage for endgame. I would say, personally. But yeah, if at some point it does deal that much damage before endgame, I guess it's not that bad. And it's a tier 1 devotion, right? Like it can't. It can't like deal that much damage. Don't get hit by the meteors, right? Like don't get hit by those. Please don't. Don't pull on me here. Stage 1 and Stage 3 has scary meteors. Don't get hit by those. Okay, stage 3 incoming. Yeah, make sure to not be stingy with your health pot, with your pneumatic burst, and also your blade barrier, right, when it does like something like this. Holy fuck. That was a blade. Maybe not the best blade barrier there. Like you maybe don't wanna do it before he like does the meteors, so that you're like getting basically meteors in the face the second you get out of the blade barrier, right? Oh well. Yeah. Honestly, blade barrier is really good on this build, but I really don't feel like I'm playing well with it so far. How's Siphon Souls? Yeah, I wonder. I do want to test it out as well. It's like one of the reasons why I wanted to, besides this character, play a Vitality Ritual starter maybe. And try to well, focus more on Siphon Souls than you would usually. I mean, they buffed everything about Siphon Souls, right? They buffed the duration, they buffed the damage, they buffed the OA shred as well, right? Everything got buffed about Siphon Souls. But yeah, it was like bad at pretty much everything before, so just because it got buffed at everything doesn't mean that it's like OP now, right? It might be okay now, or usable, but I have no idea if it's like still lackluster. I mean, better but still lackluster, or if it's like actually broken now. We would have to find out. Harmonious of Readiness. I mean, that is a belt, right? Is it not? The same I'm using, actually. Wait, why does it have lower armor? What the fuck? Why does it say level 84 base? Also, it doesn't have the Optic Cabal suffix, so it has like less stun res. And my stun res is barely 80%. Yeah. Might not want to sell that one then, or like not swap it. Alright, we've pretty much done everything, right? Are we revered with Solal finally? Yes, we are. Alright. Oh yeah, we're already at the shop as well. So check out the shop here, right? The shop has... what was it? This item. Is it actually better than Fet Mask though? And news in the league? Yo, but Smash University, welcome, welcome in. I think we might be able to maybe give a nah, actually I don't know. I mean, hopefully we're gonna be able to give a release date like soonish, maybe like within the next few weeks or month. I mean, all we can say right now is it's gonna come this summer. When exactly we cannot say yet now. It is work in progress, and we are making good progress right now. That's all I can say. And yeah, there are gonna be more features than last season, for sure. I mean, one of them has already been spoiled, right? There's gonna be basically, well, since we didn't allow any stashing tools last time, right? Because we didn't want like people messing around with other third-party tools. There will be still tools for you to use Infinite Stash, but in a way that we can control it, right? So it's gonna be via the website. So you will have like basically Cloud Stash on the website, and also potentially trading will be via the website as well. So basically we'll have like a trading website and Cloud Stash on the website, right? That is one of the features. Siphon Soups. Water Trap build. I should finally post my elemental list that I made. It's not that amazing, but I mean, it works, I guess. Did I kill Ravager with that? I'm not sure. I should check it again. Okay, where do we put these points now though? I have no clue, dude. Alright, we got to 99, right? Not 100 yet. Okay, so where did I want to get here? Alright, so that's Blood Binding at least, right? We're gonna bind this one, right? So all the excess resistance that we have can go, and we can use that one instead. We could also use the Blood Surge Amulet. This one is arguably better for like a bleeding water though, because of the +1 to Soldier, right? I mean, is it better than a Blood Brass Thorn though? Honestly, this thing is just pretty good, is it not? I mean, this is better if you're playing a soldier, but if you're not playing a soldier, then... There's also Blood Render. Blood Render is a one-handed sword with like bleed stuff, vitality stuff here and there and there and here, but I mean, it doesn't have the RR that this one has, right? So we're not interested. Is there anything else for bleed? What do we have here? Solar's Veracity. Oh yeah, this one is good, right? We buy this one for sure. And then, yeah, there was the helmet, right? Solar Combatant Cask, which for some reason has no bleeding damage, but it has +3 Blade Spirits, so you could also use that. But we are at 25 points right now, right? I think. Where is it? Yeah, 25 points. Dude, why do I have so much lightning overcome? Pierce, poison. Could remove one of those as well, actually. Another one of these. Get the bleeding and so on in here, right? 44 lightning, 28 I mean, yeah. We could maybe like remove another fire lightning one. But I wouldn't go lower than this. Yeah, that's already like kinda low. How's Gottfried? He hasn't been drilling in a long time actually. So I suppose he's good. Or maybe he's not good because he hasn't been drilling. I should go and ask. Okay, what is left to do? Left to do are roguelike dungeons. And of course we wanna make this guy Lokar ready, as with all the beginner builds, so... Well, Lokar is also still to be done, right? Let's start with the easiest one, right? Let's just do ASAP. He's dead, Wonka. On a good scenario, he's dead. I should also really just reset here, because I do wanna farm some pants, right? I do need to upgrade my pants. I do need like proper armor for Lokar at least. But I guess I can really like upgrade the link for level 99 at least. Right. Could do that here. Beginner bleed Trickster level 99. There we go. Oh yeah, also we do get, I think, a skill point here as well, or was it attribute point? Why don't I play Lost Ark?
Have you executed?
I don't know, it's just boring.
Welcome.
It's kind of boring for me, to be honest. I don't know, I'm just not an MMO guy, I guess. I don't like MMOs that much. I just don't like the genre too much. Boring is an understatement. Yeah. I mean, objectively I can see why people like play the game. It's like not that bad. But I feel like so many parts about the game could be so much better, and then I would probably actually play it, but like the tedious questing, like leveling, questing design from like MMOs is very, very dominant there in the leveling phase. The storytelling seemed a little, I don't know. Just wasn't my favorite. The combat did feel great at first. But I feel like there's only one style of combat really, like it's all like skill rotation based, like cooldown reduction rotation based combat. Which would be fine if there were also like other playstyles that you could play. But I feel like even though all the classes have like different skills that all look different and maybe feel unique in a way, because in the end you're still like pressing skills of cooldown all the time. Except for maybe like 1 or 2 skills. Maybe I've been playing the game wrong, I don't know. But to me it kind of felt like classes felt too similar in playstyle. And you can't really like make one button builds either. Which I don't necessarily enjoy the most, but I do like playing them sometimes. Never reached endgame, it will be better later, Copium? Yeah. It will be better later. That's what they always say. Game will be later, better later, right? Isn't that like Guild Wars and so on? Yeah, it does kinda. But I feel like in Guild Wars you actually like use default attacks in between, right? In LA you don't, like they're absolute dog shit, they don't do anything. I mean, maybe you didn't in Guild Wars either, that much. I feel like you did use them more in Guild Wars though, than at least in Guild Wars 2. Not sure. Don't understand why default attacks matter. Well, it matters because the game forces you to have it on your bar. If the game didn't force you to have it on your bar, it wouldn't matter. But you're literally forced to have default attack on your left or right mouse button, right? And thus they should matter, otherwise they could have just deleted the button, right? Like, in RPGs it's fine because you can assign a different skill here. In Lost Ark you can't, so it does matter. Use it in raids to control where your character looks. I could have made it a control where the character looks button then, I don't know, it's just... I don't know. I just think it's a bad concept. Like forcing you to use a skill that's like literally only used to like move your character. I mean, it's like what you use move to for, is it not? And yeah, I mean, as I said, like there are many. I mean, I don't use a default attack on this build either, right? But I can put like move to my left mouse button, like use another skill on my right mouse button, right? Like, I have the freedom to do that, and in Lost Ark I didn't. Which is why it felt restricted to me. I mean, Last Epoch also feels restrictive in a way. But at least in Last Epoch, you could change your left or right mouse button skill, right? But you were limited to even less skills. I don't know. It honestly bothered me actually more in Lost Ark than Last Epoch though, because like, I don't know, like using your left or right mouse button for your main, like usually I always want like one of my skills that I'm like using a lot on my mouse button, right? Because like using your mouse button to activate a skill is just so comfortable, at least for me personally. So to me it would always feel bad when I cannot use anything with my mouse button apart from just like walking around. And yes, on my Sorcerer Bomberman I did play with just walking around the left and right mouse button as well, and it did feel a little awkward to me. But it's like fine if it's like one build, you know? But when every build is like that, it's not fun anymore. Like, I wouldn't mind like playing one character in Lost Ark like that, but it felt like all characters are like that. So. I don't know. You finally killed Ravager for the first time? Yo, congrats, congrats. It's huge. Need like 9 minutes. That's not even that bad, honestly. 9 minutes is totally fine. Especially for first time, like, my first Ravager kill was probably like 30 minutes or something like that. Or 20 maybe, I don't know. Yeah, for example, Captain QC, right? Generally, I play like that as well. I mean, on this build, literally everything is a cooldown, nothing is like spammable, and except for Devouring Swarm, but you don't want to spam that either. Skater Shipbreaker, nice. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty comfortable, like, first time boss killer. Because you can just, whenever you feel like you're in danger, just run around, or skate around, and don't get hit. Skater Abuser Rage. Using up to 7 skills with your mouse. Yeah. I mean, that's totally fine as well. If you're like an MMO mouse gamer, right? But still, like, even if you like if you have like 10 mouse buttons, right? Don't you want to like use your actual mouse buttons, like the usual like left and right click mouse button, for like one of your most used spells? I feel like those are usually like, I don't know, like to me those are just the buttons that feel the best to click, generally. Unless your mouse sucks. You see that, like in Valbury, we also have auto attacks on mages as well? Well, to be honest, like, auto attacks on mages in League of Legends are like 10 times more impactful than default attacks in Lost Ark. Okay, we need to craft skeleton keys. Actually, no, we did got one, right? Okay, let's go in here. Both mouse buttons I move only for you at least, because left-handed. Wait, what does this have to do with left-handed actually? You could still like use a skill there, could you not? Unless you have like an Apple mouse. You can't. I mean, I've heard about your. I have actually not ever seen you use your setup the way you use it, but I've heard you like explaining how you use your setup, and I've literally like never seen anybody like use mouse and keyboard like you do. I mean, more power to you, right? That you can play that well, like that well, that way. But I mean, I don't know. I would argue that not that many people play like games with mouse and keyboards as you do. I mean, I don't want to like sound like offensive in any way here, but pretty sure it's a little hard to compare. And of course, like nobody is gonna play the same way as I do, I guess either. Like everybody like plays their setup in their own way. You're offended? I'm sorry. Please don't use gendered language. What? Oh, that's why they're so exciting, right, Ulvan? Oh. Feels like something you've never experienced before. Anyway, Can you remember by heart what faction you use with Promise Strike Druid? You mean like Carmen's Chosen or the other one? Or Vigil? I would go with Carmen's Chosen. Anton, you cannot move it if there is a skill bound and one mouse button can't be changed. Yeah, I mean, it sucks to be PoE then, right? Wait, even in PoE you can't change both mouse buttons anyway, like in any... I mean, actually in Grim Dawn there are also like some buttons where you cannot put like all the skills on, right? Like you can put more skills on right mouse button than on left, for example. But you can't you like swap your left and left and right mouse button in the game? Or like in Windows settings? Yeah, that's true, it's the same issue in Grim Dawn, yeah. But you can't you just like switch your left and right mouse button? Or like in key bindings, like can't you just like... I mean, it would be kind of weird in the menus then, I guess. Right. You literally do that? Okay. But some games don't... Yeah, some games can't do it. They ignore the Windows settings. Feels bad, man. Open the gates, thank you. Open the gates. Alright, no blueprints, more blues. Medical Baldier's armor. I got the finger again. Wow, that's pretty toxic, is it not? This could be an upgrade, right? If we had the physique for it. How do I have so much spirit, dude? What the fuck? I need like barely 400 spirit. How do I have 500 spirit? Hello? What's happening? Also we have Demon Slayer's jacket, right? This one actually needs less physique and also gives you percent bleed damage. I would lose my Aether and Bleed Rest, right? I mean, Aether Rest is actually important, Bleed Rest is whatever. I would gain Poison Rest though, which is also nice because I do need Poison Rest. So I could use this chest, right? Why not? It's totally fine. Also we can upgrade these boots, obviously, right? They are literally the same, but better. More armor, more percent armor, same Fizz Rust. Dude, it's so insane how like the base, like the level 50 Golemborn Greaves can already like also roll 5% Fizz Rust run. It's absolutely insane. Anybody know how you can get inventory bags? It's mostly through quests. Like just do side quests, main quests and so on, and you will get inventory bags. They are basically like, you get more and more like the more you progress the story. Like early on you do have to kinda go back to sell more often than later, like a lot more often. But yeah, later on you will get, and you start with just this, right, and you get like 5 more bags here in total. Main quests are kind of enough. Actually through the one, yeah, through the Vilov Cave is also a main quest, right? Yeah, it is technically part of the main quest. Yeah. For some reason I thought Vilov was a side quest, but now it's actually also a main quest. Yeah, it's mostly main quests then actually, not even side quests, just do main story. I mean, if you're new to the game I would just do all the side quests as well, because honestly, they are not, like, never a waste of time in this game. They always will give you reputation and levels, right? And reputation gain is very, very important, because for endgame you need to be like revered to get like proper armor augments, which is like another thing you can put on your armor on top of components later on. So like doing side quests is never really like a waste of time, because you do need that reputation. I mean, there's some that you can of course like skip for maximum efficiency, but as a new player you probably won't really know which ones those are, so it's like better to just do all of them at like the first playthrough at least. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like some specific quests could be considered a waste of time, yeah. But I would say like the ones that are useful compared to the ones that aren't useful, like most of them are useful, right? They're more useful than that aren't useful for sure. Also, why am I going here when the way is open here? What am I doing? When the way is open here, it's always open here and always closed here, so you always go here. Shouldn't even like check this area if the way is open here. Yeah, exactly. Like you get 4, like what GMKL said, right? You get 4 bags in normal, and the last one you get when you like go to elite difficulty. Like if you do all the quests, of course, like all the main quests. What if he wants to level up in Crucible? I know there's still some people out there that somehow, for some reason, want to level in the Crucible, right? I don't know why. Just don't. It's bad. Like, that's actually a waste of time to level in the Crucible. That's something that's actually a waste of time. Wait, was this a chest event that didn't spawn any mob and just gave me the chest for free? What? What happened? Is it worth skipping elite for alternative characters? For alternative characters, I would advise you to just use the speed leveling methods. And I mean, you kind of skip normal. You don't skip elite for speed leveling alternative characters. You do only gather some devotion shrines on normal. And then you don't do normal at all, because like normal doesn't like give you the least amount of reputation experience per quest. So you basically like start elite at like level around 35 or 40. I mean, it's more like 40. You do like one, I mean, just watch the video, right? I mean, you do like one quest like in Ultimate, and a couple of side quests that you can just do alongside it, and read some lore notes that will basically give you like level 33 and basically like 5 minutes, right? You're gonna be like level 33 in 5 to 6 minutes, or 10 minutes maybe max. And then you go to normal solely to like hop around and get devotion points quickly and safely and easily. And then you start elite at around level 40 after maybe like maximum 1 hour of game time in total, right? Like you do the first quest Ultimate, and then you gather all the shrines in normal, and all of that should together not take you more than 1 hour. And then you start playing the game at around level 40 with around like, what is it usually, like 30 devotion shrines. Like you have 30 devotion points, you're level 40, and you start elite basically. That's like the way to level up alternative characters in Korvan. On your first character you can't play like that of course, because you do need some specific like items to level like that. But yeah. I mean, the only items you really need are, what's it called? These experience potions, right? And then the, well, merit that allows you to skip difficulties, which I can show you. Actually, I haven't showed it this yet, right? You can, once you hit Ultimate Act 7, so basically like after killing Warden Krieg on on Ultimate Act 1, right? You can really go to the Conclave And you can just go to the shop there and buy from this guy, right? Asgra, the cult supplier. There's even a quest for that, right? From Mar. This guy even like tells you to buy it. Right? You can buy this and put it in your stash, and this will just click on this on the another character, and it will unlock all the difficulties and grant you all the attribute and skill points from quests from Elite and Normal, and also would unlock all the like rift gates on Elite and Normal, right? And also will give you like all 5 inventory bags instantly as well. So yeah, you need this, and then experience potions, those 2, and then ideally also want the Locar set, which we're gonna farm on this character later. Hopefully today, actually.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
What gear would you recommend for someone if someone doesn't have Locar set? I mean, Praetorian level 5, I mean, Explorer set, right? Early on you pick Explorer set, it's really great, and then well, some items like, for example, what is it called again? Leg Plates of Valor, level 40 Leg Plates of Valor are great. Where's it? This one, right? Leg Plates of Valor. Royal Exuberance set is pretty nice, level 50 Ring and Amulet. Valiant set is insane, level 65 Ring set. I mean, these you can use even with Locar set. And then, I mean, you can always like check out faction gear, that's never really like that bad. And then there's also Praetorian set, right? Which I actually didn't get, I think, at all on this character. It's level 50 3-piece, like shoulder, chest and helmet. Really solid, very defensive as well for pretty much any character. And for boots, I mean, you can always use like Fine and March, these are fine as well. For gloves, you could always use, what are they called again? Runic bracers, right? These. There's like level 50 of this as well. Yo, welcome and thanks for the follow, Zokutile. And yeah, it would also depend a little bit more on the gear that, on the build you play if you don't have Locar set. Because Locar set is very generic and it's kind of hard to find like a just as a generic replacement. I mean, as I said, the Praetorian set is pretty generic as well, but not quite as strong offensively. Praetorian is better defensively than Locar set, but it's like way weaker offensively, I would say. Alright, we have a pair of boots to change around here, right? This one. And we have also a chest to change around here, right? Let's use these 2. And then we have a well, slight Aether Rust problem, but that's fine. We can just use augments for that. I also wanted to check out one thing. What was it again? Oh yeah, did I get any new blueprints for components? Eldritch Mirror is all I got so far. Yikes. That's kind of bad. I think we should play another Udenbog leather now actually here. Because the anti-venom solves armor on the boots is kind of not that efficient, right? You rather want defensive ability from the leather on boots. I mean, it's still fine to play flat armor on belt because that's global armor, but on the boots not so much. So you want to play Aether, Pierce, Augments, and here I guess you still play the same, like Chains of Alderaan, right? Should still be fine. Aether Pierce I think you get from Malmouth, right? I think it's Malmouth.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Yo, Flames, welcome on, welcome on.
For now.
Oh yeah, true, the blue Herald set, you're right, Jim Kills. Herald is a level 35 set, right? Yeah, so it's Explorer set, into Herald set, into Praetorian set, into either continue using Praetorian set or like using Empowered Herald set, which should be like a level 65, right? Pretty sure it's 65. Alright, there is a reason we have these to revere at least now. Which is the Malmouth Soul Guard Powder. Sounds good, sounds good. Alright, 1-2 might not be enough right now, we need more. Alright, goodbye. 1 or even 2 of these blood bindings done, that's fine. Can always like reapply them later if you want to. Okay, next dungeon would be the Bastion of Chaos, right? Let's do Bastion of Chaos as well. Let's do actually all the dungeons, right? We're like endgame now, right? We're level 100 basically. Not quite, but pretty much. So do like all the dungeons once, that's fine. Also we should maybe like do these side quests really. Haven't done those side quests yet, what the fuck. Yeah, let's just do them real quick. You're right, we're gonna do first of all the Chaos Rift here, and then we wanted to do Bastion of Chaos, right? Okay. Oh yeah, what about Locksmere, by the way? I mean, if your build has the HP pool to survive a crit and you're not playing with a certain crit modifier, then yeah, some builds can survive crits. Alright, Locksmere is a optional elite hero that spawns in this corner, or like rather has a chance to spawn in this corner. I mean, I guess he didn't spawn. He has basically a instant nullify that you otherwise only know from the arcane projectiles, from the arcane heroes, right? I mean, they didn't spawn there, I guess. Yeah, I can't show it. But yeah, he can be quite rippy sometimes. Alright, got the Spirit of Mogrogan, and we also need to do another quest down here, right? Oh yeah, over here. You really lost a couple of belts to Locksmere. Okay. I mean, he only has one spawn location, right? If you struggle with him and you don't want to lose too many characters, like you just like not go there, right? That always works. Super sad when nullification doesn't work in PvP, yeah. That is kind of a bummer indeed. Reset until Locksmere spawns. I mean, I could do that. I could also not do that. Alright, next up, where do we go? What do we do? And then let's quest on Saros Bastion. And then we go to Bastion of Chaos, right? Actually, they have like another quest run still. It's kind of, well, lore-wise, very unfitting to return to Father Kaimon for like side quests when you have like, I mean, I guess this is not Father Kaimon, this is Brother Miranok. It's not actually Father Kaimon. But yeah, we've already like kind of killed Father Khan, so returning to Father Khan is kind of impossible. It's like free to play, right? The Our Immortal is like free to play on PC, but probably like pay to identify. Or simple shit like that. I don't know. Yo, Cyborg, welcome on. Crate when? Are we gonna push this all the way to crate? I mean, the build archetype should be able to do crate, right? But I'm not sure if I have the patience to gear him all the way to crate. I mean, we could just, you know, like try him anyway. Just down to crate, I guess. Not sure. Don't need much more. I feel like I do need a little bit more damage right now still. Maybe not. What's the kill time on the Warlord? I don't know, sub 2 minutes? Sub 1 minute? I mean, wait, no. If it had like the best single target damage, it would have to be. I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, like sub 2 minutes, I guess. I don't know if like sub 1 minute is like still even possible anymore. Like after Retaliation being dead, or, like not dead, but like weaker than before. And the only builds that ever like were able to do sub 1 minute Ravager, or I think like some very special retail builds. It's 104. That's pretty close. That is pretty gross indeed, indeed. What relic do I have? I have a Slaughter relic. Still. Yo, Darkfire, welcome on. Thanks for watching. Glad you enjoy the content. Nice. I mean, the Slaughter relic is like you basically have it, right? At the end of normal when you like vendor farm Seek Up District, right? You just have it. You should always have this relic. This is like guaranteed. Should be good enough for crate right now. I don't know, don't you need like 22 points or 26 points here? And I guess I could put this to 26 points, right? I could just use the other hammer I have. I get that I can buy from Solar, right? I would lose +1 all skills though, which I'm not really a fan of. 24 is enough, yeah. I mean, yeah, 24 is like the important number to hit for sure. Yo, Captain Fat Love, welcome on, thanks for the follow. Is crate hard? Only Celestials you haven't cleared are crate and Karl. Yeah, I mean, crate and Karl are like two hardest for sure. I would say mechanically, crate is certainly harder than Karl. Karl you can technically just count forever, right? Crate, against crate you're actually on a clock, right? Crate is a DPS race. And yeah, the lower your damage is, the more well you have to play. Holy fuck, what the fuck happened here? What? Oh, right. I only have 35% Chaos Overcap, and since this is our Harbinger, he has like double RR. And then you can like sometimes nuke you. What the fuck was that, dude? I mean, usually 35 RR like overcap, I mean 35 resistance overcap is totally fine, but what the hell? It's frickin' Harbingers, man. You need like 5 rounds in a dungeon. Yeah, 5 rounds is very rippy. It's fast if you resummon the spirits.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Alright. Because they count as individual pets and then they can like reapply the bleed again. Oh my god, the spaghetti. Dude, fucking pets, man. Nice build I got there. Thanks. Yeah, we'll see how far this carries me. Let's do this, what's it called? Bastion of Chaos. Dude, that makes this shield like even more broken, right? Like when you think about it. It makes Blade Spirits already more broken, of course, in general. And then this shield in specific as well. You max barrier as well. I mean, I have a soft cap right now. But yeah, we could like put more points. Yeah, especially when you like resummon spirits, you want that bleed duration. It's super important then. I mean, yeah, that might be something for like a closing challenging video, like challenge video for the spell, right? Not gonna attempt it today, that's for sure. Blood Letters of Attack. I mean, that's like pretty good, honestly. If only it was on the metal that gave you +3 to Circle of Slaughter, right? I mean, if I had a gun, I could play Savagery, I guess. And then use it. But like, if you have a gun, you can totally play this metal. And also totally play Savagery for bleeding damage instead of Safe and Desert Blaze, for example. It's totally fine then. Oh, you didn't even play Ring of Steel when you did crit on this. Ring of Steel is like insane damage there. But yeah, the application is obviously very hard to do against crit. Like Phantasmal Blades or even like Grasping Vines are like safer application. Sound. 3 Blade Spirits and Devouring Swarm, that's it. Okay, so just Blade Spirits, Blade Barrier, and Devouring Swarm. Wait, what do you do with the points then? Do you have like Mogdomit's Pact maxed or something? Health regen maxed? Dramatic I mean, yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, you need like some devotion prophets, right? Like, you probably still need grasping vines to pop the weapons. Wait, what does Farseer do? Like, which it gives you like some bleed damage, right? It's like bleed damage to Promise Strike, though, is it not? Is it like bleed damage to Promise Strike and bleed damage to Horn of Gandalf and something like that? Or am I missing something? Dude, 1 minute and 4 seconds Ravager called like, what the fuck is that Warlord, dude? Sounds pretty broken now. I mean, Witch Hunter is pretty quick as well though, right? Is he not? Rather than Witch Hunter? Isn't he like the same amount of seconds? Maybe a little bit longer actually. And yeah, of course. I mean, it's not just a soldier, it's a freaking warlord, right? So it is obviously not squishy. To hit on a caster or a pet, you see most people using Bat as winning good as well. Just like Bat, you need to convert the damage type of Wendigo to your damage, right? Like, if you're playing a fire build, then you won't heal from Wendigo, right? Because, I mean, I'm gonna show you after the dungeon, like this is annoying right now, I'm sorry. Or like once I'm in a safe spot after this boss here, I guess. So Bat and Wendigo, right? They both heal you depending on the damage that they deal, right? Wendigo has only vitality damage and no weapon damage, right? So if you're dealing vitality damage, then yes, it will heal you well because you're like scaling vitality damage anyway, right? And then like it deals damage and heals you based off the damage that it deals. If you are playing Pierce or Vitality damage, then Bat will heal you, right? Properly throughout the entire game. Or if you like convert the Pierce or the Vitality damage to whatever damage type you're playing, right? Like for example, many Lightning builds use a Vitality to Lightning conversion belt, so they can use Bat to, well, heal off Bat because Bat is gonna deal Lightning damage for them. Same for cold builds, right? There's like a belt that converts vitality to cold damage for Bat. There are some fire items that convert pierce damage to fire. So Bat is very good for healing for classes, yes, but you always need to convert like some of the damage of Bat to your damage type, otherwise it will fall off endgame because you're not scaling Pierce of Vitality damage, and then it will suck and not heal you properly. Other than that, you have options like Dryad's Blessing. Dryad just heals you on attack. Like it's not dependent on like any damage that Dryad deals because it doesn't deal any damage. It's not dependent on the damage of any skill that you use at all. It just heals you, right? It heals you based on your percent HP and also like for a fat amount on top. And it has like a 2.7 second cooldown on max level, right? So this is pretty nice for healing. And then there is Giant's Blood, right? Which is also very nice for healing. It doesn't have the same like low cooldown as Dryad, right? Dryad is, I would say, more consistent healing. Giant's Blood is higher healing. I mean, this shows like level 1 stats. It should be more. I think GRIMTOOLS shows you max. Right, let's check out GRIMTOOLS real quick here. In GRIMTOOLS you see this will heal you for, well, way more than Dryad, but only once every 25 seconds, and then give you health regen for 10 seconds, right? So this is good if you have lots of cooldown reduction, right? Because cooldown reduction, well, is percentage-wise better the higher the base skill cooldown is, right? And if you have like 40 to 50% cooldown reduction, then this is like really, really great. Also, for example, the Hourglass Devotion can actually also reduce the cooldown of Giant's Blood by another 6 seconds. So that is really nice for like cooldown reduction based characters, or also for health regen characters, right? Like if you're like health regen becomes better the more you already stack it, right? If your build doesn't stack it, it's kind of bad. So yeah, this is like for cooldown reduction casters and for health regen builds. Dryad is like kind of okay for almost everything. Especially when you have something that like matches the cooldown of this. Like if you have an ability that you use like every 3 seconds that has a 100% chance to like proc the Dryad. Like I have right now with my Phantasmal Blades, right? My Phantasmal Blades have what, like a 3-second recharge, and this has a 2.9, 2.7 second recharge. So it like fits perfectly, right? And yeah, and then there's of course Bat, right? Like Bat, as I said, like works well if you convert the... If you have something, first of all, that can like proc this consistently, right? Spawns every 0.6 seconds. And also, if you either already deal Pierce of Vitality damage, or if you convert that Pierce of Vitality damage to whatever damage type you're dealing, right? Right, the rip audios, what's happening? Yana? Didn't he just post Yana? Or did he make you mole again? Alright, rip. Did you rip on this? I mean, you only had 8.9k health, right? That's it all low. Is it not? Sure, let me just finish the dungeon real quick and then we can look at more builds. That's when you can heal pets if they convert their damage to vitality. Yeah, if you attach this to a pet, right, then only that one pet will be able to proc this, and only that one pet will be able to heal off this, right? But yeah, if you have like global vitality to something else conversion for pets, then I guess this will be converted as well, right? Mokjogen spanked you. Yeah, against Mokjogen you need like 80% lightning overcap, you're only 27%. This number, where you see 27, this needs to be 80 against Mokjogen, otherwise you're just dead. Otherwise you shouldn't even try against Mokjogen. That's kind of how it works, like how he works rather. Also stun rust, yeah, you need like 80% stun rust against Mokjogen as well, kind of. He was being a bot. What did he want to sell followers and primes? Wow. Yo Marcus, how you man? What's the core idea behind this build? The core idea behind this build is to basically play bleed, right? And it's mostly bleeding blade spirits, right? So you have this shield over here which gives you bleeding damage to blade spirits, and the bleeding damage on blade spirits stacks with every single blade spirit. So if you have 3 Blade Spirits, which you will have once you have at least 24 points into the skill, then whatever bleeding damage you have on the spirits themselves, as well as from this item, will be applied 3 times. So there's lots of bleeding damage, and then you also have, well, the second best bleeding damage ability in Nightblade, which is Circle of Slaughter. And other than that, it's more like a... it's not really like a dual wield Nightblade or anything like that, right? It's more like a caster. I mean, yeah, you do have to stand close for your more steel. But other than that, I mean, you're a dot build, right? You kind of want to kite. And the other abilities, I mean, Shadow Strike is just there for movement. You can remove it if you don't like the movement. Phantasmal Blades is just there to heal you via, well, Dried right now. It also applies some bleed. Devouring Swarm, of course, is there for resistance reduction. So you have 10% from this weapon, I mean from the shield, 10% from the weapon. And there was this 42% from the skill itself, so 62% bleeding resistance reduction on one single skill. And then we also have Grasping Vines, well, because we do need another skill to proc all of my devotions in total, right? And Grasping Vines is like fine, right? It does it does slow enemies in AoE. It's pretty nice for proccing devotions. And yeah, I mean, it's just there for devotions mostly. Your grandma called to help her and you missed. Oh, you're back? You didn't miss it now, right? I didn't answer your question before you came back. There aren't that many bleed builds. I mean, I would say this is probably one of the best, if not the best bleed build overall in the game right now. Because it's not been maxed yet at all. You can play this as a beginner, right? You don't, like, you can play this from scratch, but you can make it even better later when you play like Demon Slayer set. I was actually lucky enough to get the chest, but if you have this full set, and then you can even play like Vitality Bleed Hybrid, that's even more like solid. You can just like play pure bleed as I am right now, it's totally fine as well. And I mean, people like, for example, Illuminator have even been able to kill Crate, right? Kind of the hardest boss in the entire game, with this build from scratch as well, without like any pre-found gear. So yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good build overall. Crate with bleed, yeah. I mean, in the leagues, for example, right? Last season, there were multiple people like killing super bosses, even like custom ones with this build. I mean, Reddit is like all about, oh my god, it's only warlords and pet builds, right? I mean, no, there's also builds like this that also work perfectly fine. Right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you played in softcore, but still. Like, it just shows that it's like possible to do. Doing it in hardcore just means that you have to, well, nail your first attempt, basically. Otherwise you're... I mean, you can still log out, of course. Right? You can also log out. Can the healing water do crit? It's very hard to do crate on melee builds, honestly. Very, very hard. I mean, I guess you could, but it's like really, really, really hard to do. And honestly, I would just play a different build for crate. Like Avenger Water, while it's super lazy and super good for pretty much all other content, for the crate boss, it's like not that good actually, and it requires like ridiculous amount of skill to kill crate on that build, I would say. If it even has the damage. Like the DPS. Against crate you need good DPS. I mean, well, the entire point of the build was to not have to be ridiculously skilled, right? Because you can just play a lazy face tanker build. And if you need to play that build in a ridiculously skilled way, then you might as well just play a different build that's actually easier to play for that fight, right? I mean, the problem is like with Avenger, or like with any meta build, right? You need to perfectly dodge all of his nerf meat, like projectiles. while also like still having the damage and, well, being able to stick to the target well enough, while also, you know, dodging like big amounts of crates, like groups of crates. It's ridiculously hard. I think it's in theory doable, but it's ridiculously hard. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it. Maybe there's somebody like Reynan, right? I mean, Reynan has also like killed crate on a melee spellbreaker, so... To be fair, melee spellbreaker does have nullification, so you can just nullify the nerf me debuff, right? Which does make it easier. Yeah, the jump is just ridiculous for melee. I just want to say Vindicator is a horrible play experience. It's good, but it's so many buttons to press. Yeah, I'm not a big Vindicator fan myself either. I really feel like Vindicator is it's like a purifier, and I don't know. At least I think it's such a squishy class overall. It's actually, yeah, it's more buttons to press than a purifier, and it's just as squishy. Probably actually squishier than purifier even. I don't know. I really don't like Vindicator that much. Now Demon Slayer Trickster actually works very well as a bleed vitality hybrid. And your main damage is still bleed, I think. Like, you just have a little bit more vitality damage so that you can have like an easier time healing, because bleed cannot heal. Like, you cannot heal off bleed. Me playing your Vindicator build hearing those monkas. I mean, I played a build for every single class in the game, right? Or like multiple builds for every single class in the game. Vindicators are, damage-wise, I think really good. And I do think also that, like, for leveling, they're also pretty tanky, right? Like, Inquisitor Seal makes pretty tanky and so on. I just like think for endgame they are, like, compared to a Druid at least, I'm not the biggest fan of Vindicator. But damage-wise, Vindicator is a really nice class. Alright, Sharzul, right, let's not die to this guy. He has also a skill, or rather multiple skills with resistance reduction. And deals most fire damage, so ideally you wanna, like, stab back a little bit every now and then, like this, right? Holy fuck. Because he can shred your fire resistant by basically a shit ton. Also he deals lots of physical damage if he, for example, spawns at something like a Tyrant's. Well, lucky this wasn't a Tyrants of Ruin, right? Tyrants of Ruin would be tons of damage on me here. But yeah, don't forget this is, in the end, still a, like, somewhat of a kiting build, so don't be afraid to kite a bit. Yeah, I mean, Vindicators, I know lots of people actually like Vindicator a lot. On the forums, or also like other people playing the game. I mean, for example, Aldrich, right, the guy who won the PvP tournaments, I mean, he won, I mean, the second time he won, right, it was on a Vindicator, for example, as well. Like, Vindicator is, like, overall, it is a good class. I just personally don't like it that much, maybe. This guy, by the way, right, Lagoth Ak, he has two different medals. He has this, like, Chaos medal, Chaos Fire medal, and then he has another, like, actual Bleed medal. And the other Bleed medal would have been good for this build. We didn't get it. Oh well. Oh well. Just mentioning it here, in case you find it, that is a potential upgrade as well. Depending on, like, the affixes that you get. Okay, next dungeon would be Port Lagbury as well. Pierce Vindicator's okay because they don't need Wind Devil. I mean, yeah. Is there any like good Pierce Vindicator, by the way? I was actually thinking about Pierce Vindicator today. Because I feel like it shouldn't actually be a bad archetype, like looking at the classes. But I don't know any Pierce Vindicator build. Your niece, 6-year-old, is playing Vindicator? I don't tell her I said Vindicator sucks. Vindicator is the best class. Pierce Promise Strike is not that bad. Copium. Oh right, you did make Pierce Savagery with that crossbow and Korvan. Is that actually good? Like, was it actually good or was it meme level still? I forgot. I do remember you showing the build, but was it like actually good or? And I mean, that's also like a very specific like end game build. I mean, I guess Silverbolt you can get at level 50 already. But for leveling you have like nothing, right? And Santa Claus is real, Resident Sleeper. Ravager and this R80 good? That sounds good enough. I assume Face Tank stage 1 and Kite stage 2, or was it Face Tank both stages? I mean, Face Tank stage 2 in any range build is always pretty poor, honestly. Range Pierce Paladin build? I have actually with the Ages of Men here spam Conduit. By the way, how do you feel about Pierce damage for leveling in general? I mean, okay, you have Messenger's Repeater, right? And then Reptilian Swords. And that's it, right? Is there any other like Pierce gear that you can use in the game? Yo, Sandstorm or Thunder is actually not bad, right? Oh, 2%. Oh yeah, I forgot they nerfed us so hard. 2% Viscerous prefix. So this build is righteous fur based. RF Pierce Paladin. Oh, like range with guns. I mean, isn't there like a gun that's good for that? There is, right? Like the Oath Bearer or something like that. Other people were also like posting builds, right? Okay, I'll check out all these builds after this dungeon. Okay, I do have a build from Darkfire here, and then your friend's build as well. How about this Purifier in endgame? I mean, I would say a good Purifier can do like pretty much all content. I mean, that's kind of true for any class though, right? Like if you... It's just a matter of you finding, like building the right build. Like the game has, generally I would say, at least one build per class that can do pretty much all content. Maybe like one or two bosses aside. Like Desolator Purifier, for example, is pretty good. Blitz Warlord. Yeah, that will is shit, right? How popular are anchovies in my country? Those are like the small salty fish, right? Anchovies. I actually do like them myself, but I think I'm like the only guy who likes them that I know. Maybe like, actually no, there's like one or two other guys that I do know that like them as well, but certainly not that many people now. I would say it's rather unpopular. At least in the south where I live. Which is like kind of far away from like any sea, so... I mean, I feel like in the south here in Germany, fish in general isn't like that popular. And then like super salty fish even less. But yeah, as I said, I do like them actually. I mean, I wouldn't eat them on a daily basis, but I wouldn't mind eating one right now, for example. Do you have a link for this current build actual endgame? It's kind of like the Theorycraft link, but oh, you mean like with min-maxed gear as well? You would have to look at the forums for that. I'm pretty sure there's like some... Just look like for Demon Slayer Trickster in the forums, I guess. There should be like some Crucible build out there somewhere. Like proper GD stash screens maybe, I don't know. You pulled 2 cans from the fridge. Nice. They are too salty for you. Understandable, they are pretty damn salty. Dude, speaking of anchovies, like it's been a while that I've actually eaten any. I should buy some like tomorrow. Dude, I should be really getting used to pressing blade barrier more often, right? What am I doing? Alright, time for Potted Valbury. This is everybody's favorite dungeon, right? Everybody loves this dungeon. I don't think it's that bad anymore though. I mean, Bastion of Chaos, I would have said is worse, right? But they actually also listened and removed most of the barriers in the Bastion of Chaos, right? So it's no longer the Bastion of doors, it's the Bastion of just a few doors, so it's actually fun to walk through the Bastion now as well. Which I would say probably puts Port Valbury in the spot of the like least fun to play dungeon again. But honestly, like, both aren't that bad anymore. Like, Port Valbury used to lag a shit ton, and Bastion of Doors used to have, well, all those doors in there, and Port Valbury doesn't lag as much anymore. And yeah, Bastion of Chaos doesn't have as many doors anymore, so... They're both like... I mean, maybe not still as great as Ancient Grove, for example. But... I think a lot more fun than they used to be. You hate the Aether Storm following you? I mean, yeah, understandable. It is kind of annoying when you are checking out the shop there, for example, right? But other than that, unless you're standing still, it's, I feel like personally a non-issue. Baldur's armor? Should check it out actually. I mean, Baldur's is worse than my Demon Slayers though, right? Yeah, it's probably worse than Demon Slayer anyway. You don't like unkillable enemies in general? I mean, you have those in like all the RPGs though, right? Don't you? Like traps, basically. Traps are like the same thing. Basically traps. I don't know. I don't really mind them personally. It's like another thing that you have to like pay attention to, which is like what these dungeons should be all about, right? Dungeons shouldn't feel like a cakewalk, right? They should always like have you engage in some way. And I do think the like Aether Tornadoes, even though they're not probably generally hated on, they do like make you have to play more active. In a way, at least. So. I don't know. They're not like the doors in Bastion of Chaos that literally just block you and don't do anything, right? They don't threaten you in any way, the doors. Also, are there even like that many anymore? I don't see a single one so far. Like, where are those Aether Storms? Oh, there's one, okay. I mean, just walk away, right? I don't know. Yeah, welcome back, monsieur. We can take a look at your build after this run. You did post another build as well, right? Earlier. You're beginning to hate the steps too honest. Can't find a single purple ring. I mean, okay, that's just RNG then. Just hating on the RNG. But traps don't follow you. I mean, they're pretty slow though, aren't they not? I feel like some of the, for example, like stationary, or like not stationary, but like some of the traps in Heart of Exile are quicker than the freaking Aether Tornadoes on this game. Isn't GRIMTOOLS a bit like boomer friendly enough? Compared to at least the Heart of Exile. I got several Morganov items, yet can't get Alchemist rings. I mean, Alchemist rings have a lower drop chance than Morganov items, so the math checks out. Assuming you have like run both places equally, like equally often. Wow, Micmac, wow. Yeah, that's like coast from territory right there. And not even he would say that, because him actually loves Path of Exile, so he wouldn't ever say that. Mod check, mod check. No mods, Monka. Mods are here, Monka. Who to ban? Yeah, Illuminator would have like pulled the trigger already. Like instantly. It's just what Micmac said about PvE. Which is still in chat, I guess. But I mean, whatever. Blood Rager's Coat is actually also a bleeding item, right? This is pretty good as well. Yeah, it's certainly not sensible to say something like that, considering some people actually have those kind of diseases, right? And this is also great, right? I would say actually right now Blood Rager's Coat is probably better, because well, Nether Edge and Heartseeker, honestly, they are pretty useless, right? Are they not? Like, it's these two, I mean, kinda useless. And Circle of Slaughter +3 would bring us to 22 points in Circle, which is certainly more damage than whatever this gives us, right? We would lose away and gain the A. Gain Aether S, lose Poison S. That's still fine, right? That's totally fine. We both, like, we do need Aether and Poison Rust kind of equally, so it would be nice, yeah. Yeah, we can do the switch maybe like after this dungeon as well. Anyway, we have one more boss we could clear here. He's entirely optional though, right? There is a boss in this corner. He's kind of like only worth going to if you're interested in like a cadence weapon, right? Otherwise he's kinda useless. You're a spastic and you found it funny? Oh well. Here we go. That's pretty cans. That's cans. Monka. Okay, let's use Bladeberry here, right? Let's chill a bit. Port here. Alright. I should, oh right, I should upgrade my, I should farm a new metal and then finally like maybe use a different movement augment than literally the level 1 movement augment that I've been using since like, the beginning of the game, right? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, maybe it's also, like, a difference, right? Like, it's the same word in German, but, like, saying someone is a spastic is, like, It's like an S tier insult in German, basically. Which is maybe also, I don't know. It's always the question, right? Is it wrong to... I mean, using the word shouldn't be a problem, right? Because it, I mean, describes something in a neutral way, first of all. But then again, like, many people have been using it as an insult, at least in Germany, for a very long time, which is why, like, people are very, like, careful about using the word at all. I don't know, it's kind of fucked up. Nah, I think it's actually more to do with Nazis, so like with Nazis and so on in Germany. Because, you know, like people who were basically spastic just got to the concentration camps back then. Which is why I like the entire word and like trying to not use it as an insult as much anymore is yeah, it's like a lot more sensible in German, like sensitive in German nowadays, maybe, I don't know. No one in the US says spastic ever referring to medical condition. Yeah, I'm not sure actually anymore. I mean, people used to say that here for, well, both as an insult as well as for the medical condition. So. Yeah, when I was a child as well, like I remember like it being a very, very common like insult as well when I was basically like in kindergarten or like in elementary school. Like everybody was like calling each other like left and right a spasti, right, which is basically like spastic, like as a heavy insult. But I've never really like heard the word at all anymore because yeah, people have stopped using it. Well, thankfully I would say. New Grim streamer has 76 viewers. Wait, who else is streaming? That's great. I mean, Carnage has been streaming the last couple of days as well, or like yesterday and today. The more people stream this, the better, right? Finally, some more action again in the Twitch community here. That's good. Let's make spastic great again. I would prefer not. What the fuck? like I mean, the word like being used is like unnecessary. The lowest you can go in terms, yeah, like as I said earlier, like it was like an S tier like insult, like one of the worst insults you could say. Apart from maybe like son of a whore, right? Those are like the two classic like S tier insults. Like it was literally on the same level as like son of a whore, right? Which was like basically the harshest thing you could say. I mean, I don't know about like how do you say that, like the worst kind of insult. What is a D tier insult? Just something like asshole, right? Asshole is like a D tier insult. Like very harmless compared to other terms of insults. Yeah, maybe like asshole is C tier and idiot is like D tier, yeah. it 3 to a nunnery. Wait. What am I missing here? What are these English insider jokes that I don't know of? What about an SS? Oh yikes, SS tier insult? Yeah, I mean I guess that will be like, yeah. I guess Spastic is kind of like an SS tier insult. If you really want to call it that. If you really want to go into that historical direction, right? Dude, this Port Lagbury is pretty long though. I feel like the most challenging part of this dungeon is always like finding the right way, right? That's where Shadow Strike helps you though. It helps a lot. Best builds for killing Uber bosses. Create a tier list for that. I mean, Penetti would be not an S tier, that's for sure. Penetti would not be on top. SSF? Yeah, this is SSF. This is like basically like a fresh start beginner build. Like it doesn't use anything from any other character. Literally like a fresh account. You can play this as your very first character if you like just bought the game as well. You can literally play this character as it is. Maybe people want to check for next season. Yeah, I mean it wouldn't be the worst idea in general to do a tier list like that, true. Idiot, D-tier idiot. You're gonna get it on a t-shirt. Nice. Make Penetti S tier with more MS. I mean, you know it, I know it, we all know it. Make Penetti great again, right? Stair at bridge section feels like Candle. Yeah, this part here is like Candle District, kinda. Alright, we are at the throne, which means we are at the boss, which means we just run around in circles and don't stand too much in the poison, don't stand too much in the fire. Right, this fire circle has resistance reduction, so we really don't want to stand in that too much. I mean, other than that, like, make sure to change your targets every now and then, because you do want to apply your bleed to all 3 targets within the steel. Make sure your blade spirits are always in range, right? Don't kind of go too far. Whenever you're like in danger, just press the blade barrier, right? And there we go. That is those bosses done. There's some lore in here if you want. It's already great in the 6-9 projectile mod. Yeah, just play that in the league, right? Sounds fair. But yeah, if you wanna play an actual great Penetti, play a 6-9 projectile mod by Series Done, I guess. You're testing 200 Penetti right now? 280 Penetti? Alright, should we do... yeah, let's do Ancient Grove as well. Actually no, we have to look at some builds first, right? Okay. So maybe I'm actually gonna stop here for the day, this episode, and we're gonna check out Ancient Grove, Ancient Grove, Morgonath Dungeon, Bourbon Clones, Lokar, next episode, right? Seems good. Okay.
See anything you like?
Do we need Boulder's Mantle? We don't need Boulder's Mantle, right? Ride the Ring of Carnage. Could be maybe good. You have the Blood Rager's chest, that's for sure, right? That's pretty nice. That is... I'm pretty sure 8 damage increase. I know, that's Beast Quarters was Blood Rager. There it is. Right, we just switched us and then what? We don't need this metal, do we? I should reform the metal and the pants. I still haven't done that, right? Like, what the fuck? How have I not done that yet? So we switched this, we switched augments over from Pierce Aether to Pierce Poison again, right? A bit of, like, some of them at least. Okay.
I'll keep your stash safe.
I mean, why not buy some more stash space here, right? I mean, it's kind of cheap anyway. We have like, what, 5 million? We have enough money for sure. Alright, items I might want to use can be put over here. I'm not gonna use this one anymore. Let's put the Demon Slayer here as well. It's pretty nice for this build. Let's put this here since I've been using it earlier. Put this one here. Sell these two. Put all the melts in here. Either cluster should be always on the bar. Why is it not on the bar? Hello. Why did I put all of them in my stash? Oops. Yep. This should be in the bar, like in the stash as well. These should be in the stash for the other characters, right? Like obviously you want to buy more of these if you're like playing this for the first time. Yeah. Okay.
See anything you like?
Yeah, we get some Pierce Poison augments from, where was it? Black Legion, I think. You followed Korvan to chat? Oh yeah, he has like follow only, right? I mean, his chat is big enough where it kind of like makes sense.
I'll give you a good price.
You can afford going follow only.
Put it to good use.
But I don't know, like smaller streamers like going follow only is always so weird, dude. Like nobody can chat with you. Like why are you doing follow only, right? It's so weird. Alright, that seems good. I put another of those change the other one over here. And then we pull 2 points from the Circle of Slaughter skill because we have like more plus skills now. Acid canister retail? Yeah, that would be retail for sure. Just like acid grenade or what? At least without the league mod. I guess even with the league mod, right? It's also just retail. What do I even take here? Do I take Veil of Shadow to 13 or what? I mean, I guess. Like, what else do I need? Yeah, I mean, you could play this, right? But I don't think you wanna play it even. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you around on the next episode.